Hey everyone, it's Insko here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be remixing a Christmas song. I have no idea what I want to do, but I know what song I'm going to be remixing, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But I'm really sorry that the background's not really Christmassy anymore. You just kind of have this bit of snow. My house is a pretty old house, and I'm having issues with that wall up there. So whereas before I had a load of pop figures there and I made it look all Christmassy, I've had to take it all down. But I still have the Christmas hat, we still have the snow, and I've moved the lights to be here. So at least there's still a little bit of the Christmas vibe going on. But let's get into the video. So I know you're probably all wondering, what is the Christmas song that I'm going to be trying to remix today? Well, towards the end of last month, a good friend of mine, Alex Hills, released his own Christmas song. The song's called Feels Like Christmas, and I genuinely really like this song. Not just because I'm friends with him, but because I think it's just a really good Christmas song. The other day I told him that I wanted to do a video of remixing a Christmas song, and I asked if he could send me the stems to that song. So in this video, we're going to be doing some sort of Christmas remix of Feels Like Christmas by Alex Hills. These are all the stems that he sent me. He hasn't sent me everything because I didn't want everything, but he sent me 2 audio clips of the guitar. He sent me his piano and his dry vocals and his wet vocals. Also, before I started the video, I figured out what all of the chords and stuff were for the piano, so I've put that all into patterns. But I've also come prepared and brought some jingle bells with me because I'm going to sample them instead of downloading a sample, just because why not? I probably should have said as well, if some of the stuff sounds like really weird and I don't know, not mixed well or just kind of odd sounding, he did inform me that he made this like 5 years ago. He did also tell me not to judge him for the stems, so we're just going to go with it. Now I'm going to sample my sleigh bells. Is that what they're called? Sleigh bells? I think it's sleigh bells. I have a feeling I called them jingle bells earlier, which is going to be really awkward if I did. But I've also come prepared and brought some jingle bells with me. I have my PC down here and it's actually quite loud, so what I'm going to try and do is put this blanket over the top of the microphone and put the sleigh bells like underneath it, and then hopefully it will try and like keep that sound in and block all the background noise out. This is what happens when you have a bedroom studio. You just kind of work with what you got. Right, now I need to put that back on record. Yeah. Right, I'm done. It's well too hot in there. Hopefully some of those samples will be useful. I've heard a lot of Christmas songs recently have that kind of like choppy chord pattern, so I'm going to try and do something like that instead of keeping the chords the same.
It's getting cold, and I'm wondering where you are.
See, that already just sounds really cool. I think we need like a different sound, not that really soft piano. We're trying to give it like that Christmassy vibe, but that more of like upbeat, really happy. Whereas like his original song, it is happy in like the chorus, but it has kind of like a warm vibe to it, if that makes any sense at all.
It's getting cold, and I'm wondering where you are.
I actually really like that sound. I think obviously make it like, you know, a little bit more tame.
And everything's wrapped up tight, and I'll stay up all the night.
I have also downloaded some Christmas sounds. I already downloaded a load of sleigh bells before I actually found some bells in my cupboard. Jingle bells, but I have like a few toy sound effects that could be used as percussion. Or maybe just making it sound like a clock, because it does kind of sound like a clock.
Everything's wrapped up tight, and I'll stay up all the night.
I added some clock kind of sound with the toy sounds, and I've also added this wind chime thing, but I don't really like it, but I'm going to try and get some like pad sound now to fill it up a little bit more.
It's not the same without you.
But what I'm going to try and do now is do my little pitched vocal effect that I do in all my songs. Don't know whether or not it's going to work with this Christmas song, but I'm going to give it a go anyway.
It's getting cold, and I'm wondering where you are.
I've now done the pitched vocal effect and I think it sounds okay. I've also added a sub bass and a reese bass when it was necessary. I know I keep cutting this video and being like, so I've done this, but it's because I'm literally sitting here for like half an hour at a time, just like adding a few things and just not saying anything because I'm concentrating that much. So I'm sorry if it's kind of a weird way to watch me make this song, but I've just added in this siren sound that I really like. and it goes here in the track. I'll just play you what I have so far.
It's getting cold, and I'm wondering where you are. Our little tree is glowing bright, and it's waiting for the start. And everything's wrapped up tight, and I'll stay up all the night. So hurry home, hurry home. I know you're not too far. It's not the same without you. I need you here. Feels like
that bit there feels like it should be the build, but I'm using it kind of like a bridge or something like that. And the chorus bit is going to be where it's like very minimum, and then it's going to go into a build, and then we're going to have a drop after it. That's my idea anyway. Whether or not it's going to work, I have no clue. But I'm going to try and add a little bit more sound effects and still try and work on the atmosphere. So it's been a few days now. I haven't actually recorded anything else, so I'm just going to have to go through what I've done. But I tell you what, it's been a challenge. It really has been. I just ran into a lot of like unexpected issues, I guess. I think the drop is definitely the best bit, but I don't know whether or not it kind of fits the vibe of the whole song. But everything's sounding full, everything's sounding nice. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to go through what I've done.
it's getting cold, and I'm wondering where you are. Our little tree is glowing bright, and it's waiting for the start. And everything's wrapped up tight, and I'll stay up all the night. So hurry home, hurry home. I know you're not too far. It's not the same without you. I need you here. Feels like Christmas when you're with somebody you love, you love, you love. Feels like Christmas when we sing to the stars up above, above, above. When the bells ring out and the music plays, there'll be no one here but me and you.
So that is my remix of Alex Hill's Feels Like Christmas. Like I said, not the best work I've ever done. The drop I'm fairly happy with, it's different, but I feel like this section here kind of has a completely different vibe to the rest of the song, and it was really hard to kind of give the same vibe, especially because it's like an upbeat, happy song, and then I tried to make it into like a future-based style. It was just really difficult. But anyway, this here is the vocal. I'm not going to go through the processing of that or anything because it's literally just reverb. And then I have this nice pad that's playing the chords, and as you can see, it basically goes on for the whole of the verse. Then there's this plucky sound that's playing the chords. And then on top of that, I added like an extra few notes in a different pattern, which are these notes, and it's literally just like the same plucky sound, just processed a little bit more. And that's all there is on that section. We still have the plucky sound, we still have the pad playing, and obviously we still have the vocal playing. But now there's a piano as well. And as you could hear in this section, it was like slightly different. It's because in the original song, he has like that little section, just have a little bit more elements in it to make it a little bit more interesting. And then it just goes back to normal again after that. And at this point, I had to add a respace and a sub bass to fill it up a little bit. Then in the background, there's this siren sound. And then also this clock ticking sound, but it's actually made out of those toy percussion that I mentioned earlier. And that's everything in that section. We still have the vocal playing, the pad playing, the plucky chords playing, and the piano playing, and the sub and respace playing as well, but now we also have strings. And as you can hear, the chords are different for this section. I also kept his original piano as well. Then these are my sleigh bells, which you saw me record earlier. Then we have these claps, which are layered with a snap. And I forgot, but to transition the last section into this section, we have this nice like twinkly sound, which is very Christmassy. Then we move on to this section, which is before the build up. At this point, everything goes a little bit more minimal. You still have the pad playing the chords. I took away that plucky sound, but I did keep the piano and also the strings. Both of my basses here are playing the bass notes of the chords, but they're kind of chopped up a little bit more. I just wanted to give it, you know, a little bit more rhythm and just not be boring. Then I kept the piano again from the original song, which sounds like this. Then I added some new sleigh bells because I wasn't 100% happy with my sleigh bells that I recorded. It wasn't because I recorded them in a funny way, it's just how they sounded. They sounded a bit odd for this section. So I did actually end up using one of those Christmas samples that I was on about earlier. Then we have the guitar from the original song. I have no idea how he's processed that guitar, but it sounds really wide and almost kind of like delayed in one ear or something. It may be that he's done like two different recordings and panned one to the left and one to the right. I really don't know, because all he's done is just sent me the stems, but I do really like the sound of that. Then after that, I added some kicks, snares, and rides. And that's basically it for that section. So then we move on to the build up. Then for the build up, I have the piano again, but this time it's actually playing like this. Then the basses are playing the bass notes of the chords, but they're cut up in the same way. For the drums, I had that snap and clap thing going on from before, but I also layered it with another clap to make it a bit more full. I also brung back my sleigh bells recording as well. And then this bit here is just a snare loop that I found, but it just sounds a bit odd because it comes in so quick. Because like I said, the build up is really short, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So it's just sounding odd at the moment. And other than the effects and stuff here, that's it for the build up. Now for the drop, things are a lot more interesting. I'm really happy with this section. It feels a little bit slow, but I think that's just the issue with this remix, is that some parts sound really quick and some parts sound really slow, and it's just difficult to kind of get it right. But the first thing I'm going to show is the drums. I'll play them and then I'll go through them briefly. So these drums are made up of a kick, 3 snares that are layered together, 2 toms that play at the end of each section, this percussive sound, and then this percussive sound. Then we have this percussive loop, which kind of sounds like a shaker. And then we also have my sleigh bells, which are layered with a ride. Oh, I also brung back that like clock ticking sound that I made with the toy samples. Now, if we take a look at the melody and the lead, I actually used the exact same melody from the original song. He used a violin or something like that to play that, so what I did was I also used a violin, but I layered it with like a bunch of other synthy sounds. But I'm pretty happy with how that came out because I've never really done something like that before, so it's fun to mess around with it. Then we have the bass, which is a sub bass and respace, and they're just playing the bass notes, so I'm not going to play that. Then we have the chords, which are just 3 different serum patches. And then finally we have the acoustic guitar, which you used for the original chorus section of the original song. When I added that, it took a little bit to tweak it and make it sound right, but I was actually pretty happy with it because I think it gives it a little bit more variety. It just keeps the drop a little bit more interesting, and I'm overall happy with this drop. I think it could be mixed a little bit better if I spent a little bit more time on it. Maybe I could make things, you know, sound a bit nicer and make the whole remix flow better. But overall, I had a fun time working on this. I spent too long on it as it is. Like I said, I'm recording this section on a completely different day to the other section. It's been about 3 or 4 days, and I'm recording this bit on a Sunday, and this video has to be up tomorrow. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of my remix. If you did enjoy this video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already, because I upload new music related content every single Monday at 7 PM GMT. Also, don't forget to join my Discord server with the link in the description. Next year, I'm going to be making some videos which are going to involve Discord and my audience. So if you want to be involved in those videos, make sure that you join. But my name is Insko. Hopefully I'll see you next week for the next video, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.